True friendship. Read and enjoy. Let's read the story which tells us that true friendship is rare and should be treasured. It was the hour of twilight on the day of the holy festival. A group of village boys gathered. Amit and Ahmad came walking arm in arm and joined them. Both were wearing new clothes stitched that very day, identical in every respect, color, size and material. The boys were in the same class, at the same school and lived in houses facing each other at the corner of the street. The boys' parents were farmers owning about the same size of holdings and occasionally had to borrow money from the money lender to tide over difficult times. In short, the two boys had everything in common except that Amit had both parents living and 3 brothers, whereas Ahmad had only his father. The 2 boys came and sat on the pavement. Seeing them identically dressed, one of the boys asked, "Hey Amit, Ahmad, have you changed your identities?" This gave another boy a mischievous idea. "Why don't the 2 of you have a wrestling match to see whether you are also equal in strength or whether one is tougher than the other?" he said. The first boy thought this a good idea and added, "Yes, Amit, Ahmad, let's see which of you can get the better of the other." "Come on," shouted another boy. "It's only for fun." Ahmad looked at Amit. "No," said Amit firmly. "My mother will thrash me." His fear was well-founded. As he was leaving home, his mother had warned him, "You made such a fuss to get new clothes. If you tear or dirty them, you know what is coming to you." It's true that Amit had bullied his parents. When he heard that Ahmad was getting a new shirt, he had insisted that he should get one exactly like Ahmad's or he would not go to school. His mother had tried to reason with him. "Son, Ahmad has to work on the farm. His clothes are worn out. Yours are still as good as new." "Who says so?" Amit had cried, widening a tear in his shirt with his finger. His mother tried another gambit. Ahmad was given a thrashing by his father before he was given his new clothes. "Would you also like a thrashing?" Amit refused to be put off. "Okay," he said defiantly. "Tie me up. Beat me. But you have to give me a shirt like Ahmad's." "All right," replied his mother, washing her hands off him. "Go and ask your father." Amit knew that if his mother had said no, his father was not likely to agree. But he was not the one to give up so easily. He refused to go to school, refused to eat and refused to come home at night. Finally, his mother gave in and persuaded his father to buy him new clothes. Then she brought Amit from Ahmad's father's cowshed where he had been hiding. Having left home smartly dressed, Amit was loath to do anything that would spoil his clothes. In any case, he was most reluctant to wrestle with Ahmad. Just then one of the rowdies of the gang put his arms around Amit's neck and said, "Come on, let's have a wrestling match." He dragged Amit onto the open ground. Amit tried to wriggle out of the boy's grasp and said, "Look Kallu, I do not want to wrestle. Leave me alone." Kallu refused to let go and pushed Amit to the ground. The other boys shouted in glee, "Amit has lost. Kallu has won. Kallu has won. Hurrah, hurrah." Ahmad lost his temper. He took Kallu by the hand and said, "Come on, I'll fight you." Kallu hesitated, but the other boys egged him on. The 2 boys grappled with each other. Ahmad tripped Kallu and sent him sprawling onto the ground. Kallu began to howl. The boys realized that what had started as a joke had become a serious affair. Afraid that Kallu's parents might beat them, they scattered and ran away in different directions. Amit and Ahmad also left the arena. They had hardly gone a few steps when Amit's eyes fell on Ahmad's shirt. Its pocket and a 6-inch strip were torn. They stopped dead in their tracks, overcome with fear. They examined the tears in the shirt. As if this was not enough, they heard Ahmad's father shouting from his house, "Where is Ahmad?" The boys' hearts stopped beating. They knew they were going to have it. No sooner Ahmad's father saw his torn shirt, he would skin him alive. He had borrowed money from the money lender, spent a lot of time choosing the cloth and having it stitched. Again Ahmad's father shouted, "Who's crying? Where is Ahmad?" Suddenly Amit had a brainwave. He dragged Ahmad to one side. "Come with me," he said. As they entered the lane between the two houses, Amit started unbuttoning his shirt. "Come on, take off your shirt." "You wear mine," he ordered. "What about you? What will you wear?" asked Ahmad. "I'll wear your shirt," replied Amit. "Hurry up before anyone sees us." Ahmad began unbuttoning his shirt but could not follow what Amit was getting at. "Exchange shirts. How will that help? Your father will thrash you." "Of course, he'll thrash me. But I have a mother who'll protect me," replied Amit. Ahmad had often seen Amit hide behind his mother when his father wanted to beat him. He had to take a slap or two from his mother, for sure. But what was a gentle slap from a mother compared to the father's heavy hand? Amit's heart was pounding with fear. But he was in luck. It was holy and it was only natural that there should be some rough play. When she saw his torn shirt, his mother only frowned and forgave him. She took a needle and thread and repaired the torn shirt. The boys got over their fear and set off again arm in arm to see the holy bonfire outside their village. A boy who had noticed the exchange of shirts spoilt the fun by taunting them. "So you haven't changed, huh?" Fearing that the boy had seen them exchange their shirts, Amit and Ahmad tried to slink away. By then other boys also knew what had happened and set up a chant, "Adar badal, adar badal." The two boys tried to slip away but the gang followed them yelling, "Adar badal, adar badal." Fearing that the story might reach their father's ears, the two friends ran towards their homes. Ahmad's father was sitting on a cot in the front yard, smoking his hookah. He called out to the boys, "Why are you running away from your friends? Come and sit near me," he ordered. His gentle tone worried the boys. "It is just as we feared. He knows the truth and is only pretending to be kind," they thought. Ahmad's father, a Pathan, picked up 10-year-old Amit in his arms. He called out, "Vamini Bhabhi, from today your son Amit is mine." Vamini Bhabhi came out of her home, laughed and said, "Hussain Bhai, you can't even look after one son, how will you cope with two?" "As from today, Vamini Bhabhi, I am ready to bring up 21 if they are like Amit," said Hussain in an emotionally choked voice. The Pathan cleared his throat and told Vamini Bhabhi that he had seen the two boys go into the lane. "I decided to see what the boys were up to," he said. The other women of the neighborhood also gathered round to hear what the Pathan was saying. What he had to say didn't take long. He told them how the boys had exchanged their shirts and said, Ahmad asked Amit, "What if your father beats you?" "And do you know what your Amit replied?" He said, "But then I have a mother." With tears in his eyes, Hussain said, "How true. Amit's reply has changed me. He has taught me what is truly worthwhile." The women were moved by the tale of Amit and Ahmad's affection for each other. Just then, the boys who were returning from the holy bonfire surrounded Amit and Ahmad. They chanted, "Amit Ahmad, Adar Badal, Bhai Adar Badal." This time Amit and Ahmad were not upset. On the contrary, they were happy to be called Adar Badal. The story of Adar Badal spread through the village. It reached the village headman who announced, "From today we will call Amit Adar and Ahmad Badal." The boys were very happy. Soon not only the village but even the skies resounded with the cries, "Amit Ahmad, Adar Badal, Adar Badal." The function started. After the welcome of the president, the secretary's report was read. This was followed by a cultural program. Then the president delivered his speech and a few others spoke as well. Next came the prize distribution. The awardees glowed with pleasure and pride. Then was the time for the announcement of the special prize. Everyone waited expectantly. Addressing the assembly, the headmaster announced, "Honorable President and respected ladies and gentlemen, it has been decided to give the special prize for the best character to Shriman Tanay Hajari Lal of Class V." The teachers and students were dumbfounded. The faces of Narendra and Bhavesh were a sight to see. Tanay could not believe his ears. He could not muster the courage to get up to go on the stage and receive the prize. The headmaster repeated, "Tanay Hajari Lal, Class V." His head reeled. Could it be true that he, known as the bad boy of the school, was being called up to receive the Best Character Award? Tanay stood up, went to the president, did namaskar and received the prize. The headmaster then narrated how Tanay had helped the old beggar woman and nursed the injured ox. He also gave Tanay 500 from his own pocket. The hall resounded with applause. Tanay's eyes glistened with tears of joy. Why God made teachers? When God created teachers, He gave us special friends to help us understand His world and truly comprehend the beauty and the wonder of everything we see, and become a better person with each discovery. When God created teachers, He gave us special guides to show us ways in which to grow, so we can all decide how to live and how to do what's right instead of wrong, to lead us so that we can lead and learn how to be strong. Why God created teachers in His wisdom and His grace was to help us learn to make our world a better, wiser place.